it's me, Bussy, and welcome back to Hat or Rot. And today we'll be reviewing episode 3 of RuPaul's Drag Race season 13. Wow, that's a lot of threes. The same number of syllables in my name and the same number of points on a triangle. Bussy Queen Illuminati confirmed. Just kidding. But
maybe not.
Today our queens from the PORKCHOP crew competed in a Lady in the Vamp fashion show mini challenge, wrote lyrics and choreographed an original dance number to RuPaul's Phenomenon, and on the main stage the runway category was We're Here, We're Sheer. I'll be breaking all that down for you today, but before we get started, I want to remind you to hit like if you're into threes and to press subscribe if you support gay rights. And a quick message from today's video sponsor, BlendJet. Thanks so much to BlendJet for sponsoring today's video. BlendJet 2 just launched. It's the newest generation of the portable cordless blender you can recharge with any USB cord. And it's even more powerful than the original BlendJet 1 launched back in 2018. This year, my resolution is to get fit, ripped, cut, to become the Arnold Schwarzenegger of drag.
I'll be back.
My BlendJet 2 is making my fitness goals easy by taking the hassle out of making my protein smoothies. The BlendJet 2 is as powerful as a big blender. It can turn carrots into juice in a matter of seconds. It has markings to measure up to 16 fluid ounces of liquid, and it's water resistant, so you can make cocktails while you're relaxing by the pool or the hot tub. You've got to get one. The BlendJet is versatile, like me, and comes in so many cute color options. And it's super easy to clean. Just fill with soapy water and blend. Click the link in the description box of this video to get 12% off your BlendJet 2 with my code. Thanks, BlendJet. Now, let's get started. First up, she's breaking all the blues this week. It's Denali. For her lady look in the mini challenge, she's giving us this blue baby doll dress accessorized with a beautiful pile of yellow curly hair. It kind of reminds me of one of those treats that she would eat on like a hot day at the county fair. The dress is covered in forget-me-nots, which is an homage to her Alaskan roots. And there's tons of little like yellow dots all over it. Maybe she got caught in a golden snowstorm.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really.
Anyways, Alaskan fashion has never looked better. Forget me not? No. Forget me hot. And as for her vampy look, the runway's on fire. Well, it was, and then Denali crawled out of the soot pile. This look, she says, is inspired by the fall 2016 Moschino runway, which I guess was like women emerging from a burnt ballroom. I'm loving it. The silhouette, the cage skirt, the hair, everything about it is so not Denali, but also so Denali. It's just like a darkness I didn't expect out of our little Disney ice princess. There might be a Disney villain in there. This is also something I love because it looks like it would fit well in a Tim Burton movie. He would put Helena Bonham Carter in this dress to go to the grocery store. Denali is so hot in this look, she's burnt to a crisp. Denali in the challenge. Icy spicy. For you, I'm too pricey. Going for the gold, so I'm gonna get a little feisty. I think we just found Cardi B's ghostwriter. Plus the dancing was just everything. Like, she literally did everything. She went for the gold and also got the silver and the bronze. It was a sweep. This was hot. As for her sheer runway, she's giving me like Ariana Grande as a spicy little ice cream scoop. She's wearing lavender and black. That's it. Lavender Black. That's actually a great drag name. It's very like Dangerous Woman goes to her Sweet 16 or maybe the prom. I'm loving this very consistent vision of fashion and who she is as a drag character. Also, again, the versatility of it all. She did so much with so little. It's so simple, but effective and beautiful. It's giving me soft and hard and hot. And I think anybody that was harboring any doubts about Denali can lay those to rest because, girl, she's here to make it sheer. She is a fierce competitor. Next up, she just got back from the PT Gay. It's Joey J. Let's start off with what I love about every single one of Joey's looks, the confidence. Joey will sell you pedestrian mall fashion like it is the hottest designer on the block. Her first look in the fashion show, the lady look. It's giving me lady, but like Jamie Lee Curtis lady, who just went on a shopping spree at Buckle and is now hanging out in the ski lounge. The pom-poms on those boots, very confusing choice with the vest and the gold chains. All of it is very just, it's just not my personal taste. And it's just really not what I'm looking for from a fashion show. Unless that fashion show is for Forever 21. Anyways, it's a rock. And her vampy look. This is that PTA mom having the midlife crisis now. Girl, there are parts I like. The dragon scale sleeves are great. Joey, again, the level of confidence there, showing off this very dark lady look. It fits the category, but I just don't like the pieces. The previous look and this one, I think also are both missing a concept. And I think that really is what we're looking for in a fashion show runway. I mean, just look at what some of the other girls did. You know, they really sold a fantasy where this is just middle-aged mom trying to be cool and hip with the kids, you know? I will say, that smile and that ass though, that booty is banging. But someone turned off the lights, and then Joey J got dressed. This look is a rot. The challenges episode was a bright spot, however, for Joey J. The dancing was phenomenal. The lyrics were great. Overall, Joey really shined here, and I actually liked this look in particular. I think the vision for her personal fashion taste level here really climaxes, and I'm understanding it more as I see this like mummy blue camo fantasy. Anyways, in the challenge, Joeyhot. As for Joey's main runway, well, I'm not sheer about this. Ugh. This is for when you have the runway at 5 and jazzercise at 7. It's very like Flapper 20s meets Vegas Drag Showgirls performance number. I think what really threw me off here was that plain black headband wrapped around the forehead. That would have made sense in the challenge, but on the runway, like, let's put one sequin on it to match the dress that you're wearing, right? I think I could have vibed with this a lot more if maybe, let's say, there was like a 20s inspired sequined headpiece with a ton of feathers on top of it. You know, amp it up a little bit. I don't care if she's got a wig on or not, but the point of what the judges were saying was with Ongina having a bald head, it's more of an accessory to Ongina than the main part of her look. Like, she's not walking out on the stage and saying like, here's my bald head, eat it. Ongina has her bald head, and every single time you see her, she's got on a different accessory, some new fascinator. So I think that's what I personally would love to see come out of Joey's drag, is the evolution of figuring out how to use that hair in the drag in a way that is elevated, because when you're competing against other girls, especially ones like Kamora, you look over, she's got on 10 wigs, I mean, and you've got on nothing on the head except for a piece of black fabric wrapped around your forehead. It's just, it feels like there was less effort put in. Not to be flippant, but there's about 20 different things I would do differently here. For me, this look is going to be a rot. Next up, Rosé. Girl, okay, in the workroom, she was giving Coco a run for her money with how much orange base she puts under that paint. It was like, oh, girl, Willy Wonka done lost an Oompa Loompa. In the mini challenge, her lady look. Yes. It was a departure from that soft pink Rosé brand into something totally different for her that was really refreshing. She says she's giving us a Moschino-inspired paper doll fantasy, but also this is very like Team Rocket from Pokemon cosplaying as Pikachu meets middle-aged woman that works as an art curator, and instead of showcasing the art, girl, tonight she's wearing it. She really is stepping out of that big pink box. This look is couture. Her vampy look. The caged skirt sings. This was another great look from her. I did not expect her to slay these looks in the way that she did. Truthfully, I was kind of expecting like 2 more pink looks, but she blew me away. For a fashion show runway, this is the type of shit that I'm looking for. Inspire me, gobble me, swallow me, down inside of me. It's also very like Raiden from Mortal Kombat meets Lady Gaga in American Horror Story Hotel. I'm loving the red crystals dripping from the shoes, matching the crystals on the bodice. Perfection from head to toe. She is the red melting candle in the castle and the candelabra and the ghost haunting it. Rosé, I'm drunk in love, and this look is hot. In the challenge, another super strong performance. Every single one of these girls almost super killed it this week. She's another queen that has everything it takes to get to the finale because she wants it bad. Bad. She wants it bad. Anyways, she slayed it and proved that she doesn't need to be a part of Stephanie's child to succeed. It was a hot performance. On the main runway, well, girl, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, and Rosé is the endoplasmic reticulum of season 13. Woo! I was really loving what she was doing this episode, and then I saw this. She says it is an outfit constructed of hand-dyed plastic. Surely this was recycled plastic. Part of me hates it, but then also part of me loves it because the silhouette is great. I love the way it moves. The arm ruffle things are really cool, and it was also a really interesting take on sheer. Nobody else used totally plastic materials to create their garment. I think it is actually a very good look, but it's kind of like escargot, right? You don't want it all the time, but it's good when you have it. Rosé really bubbled to the top this week, and I think this look is hot. Next up, in my notes this week for Tamisha Iman, I wrote, consistently surprises. This channel is officially a Tamisha Iman stan channel. She's like our confessional queen, performance queen, pageant queen, starting with her lady look. Well, she pulled this right off the velvet hanger. Okay, she's giving us Joan Crawford meets bored rich housewife with too much money at the cocktail hour by the pool on a hot summer evening. I love that it's so casual, but also fashionable and expensive looking. Also, one of my favorite quotes, she said, "It ain't drag if you ain't got no stones on." Someone has to teach the children, and it is the mother of the cast, Tamisha. Thank you. This look is in her vamp look. She's wearing only the hair necessities. Just giving us an O'Hara fantasy. It's always surprising, I think, when someone does like a hair constructed garment on a runway that did not demand or ask for hair in any way, because I think as a material, if you can call it that, to construct an outfit, almost impossible to use. No one expects 80 inches, but when they see it, well, it's like Queen of the Pageant World meets Queen of Darkness, and then also just made of hair, because why the hell not? If you have the talent to do it, do it. Hellfire and Hairstone. This look is in Phenomenon. I loved the moments in the episode where she had to kind of step in and rein in all the children. She was like, who gave these children all this candy? Because they're like acting up. In the actual challenge, I do kind of agree with the judges. Her outfit was amazing. Another great garment. I'm assuming also constructed by her, but I think the lyrics and performance of her being on the stage was missing a little bit of punch, but I'm still gonna give her overall performance in Phenomenon a hot. And finally on the runway, I can see Shirley now. The rain is gone. Look at her. I don't know who gave her the right, but she is doing absolutely nothing wrong. Another favorite quote from Tamisha this week: the spotlight hits me just right, as it does. And the fact that she made this, like, makes it even more delectable. The hair, the makeup, she is stunning. She owns every inch of the runway. And that garment, it's a very opulent looking garment that belongs to somebody that commands a runway. And she is commanding the runway, okay? It is hers, she owns it. She probably made that runway too, girl. If Kamora was like the princess of glamour on this runway, which we'll get to in a second, then Tamisha was the queen of glamour. This look is next up, on the 7th day, God created Utica. Her lady look. Well, you know, it's 2021 and ladies have balls too, okay? Get used to it. It's giving me mad scientist meets, as she says, McDonald's playpen meets crazy cat lady. I like the whimsicality, the kind of childlike inspiration of it all, but I think as a total look from head to toe, I think was just one step too far. I think I would have really appreciated this a little bit more if she had left all the balls in the hair and then maybe on the shoes and then completely off the dress, because on the dress, I love the cut, the sheer cutout in the waist and the pattern of the dress. It's totally gorgeous. But then she kind of like haphazardly and randomly glued balls to this beautiful dress. It didn't look as cohesive, I think, as it could have. I think another option to complete the look, put even more balls on it, okay? We all love balls. Just keep adding them until you're just covered in balls. Balls from head to toe. Balls, balls, balls. Let's go balls to the wall. I think her magic carriage was taking her in the right direction to the ball, but maybe got a flat tire on the way. I'm gonna leave this one at a warming. As for her vampy look, magic wand, make my drag queen grow! Like, you can't tell me this is not Rita Repulsa. But like meets 18th century Victorian era Queen of Hearts kind of style. It's really cool. I love it. I also love that she has connected this look to her first look. Her balls now are kind of flat and decayed. They're all used up. There's nothing left in them. Another thing to note here, she is doing things with her makeup that none of the other queens did. Everyone else just kind of did like basic face, and she put on like dots and swirls and curls and twirls. The rest of the world may have moved on to streaming services, but she's still on satellite, and because she's their only customer, well, she's got a crystal clear picture. This look is in the main challenge. She had one of my favorite outfits. It was that very energetic child that I think lives with inside Utica. I think she very much has two very different visions coexisting within her, which we even see play out a little bit on her main runway. She has this sort of childlike, happy-go-lucky thing. And then she's also got this like evil spirit kind of coexisting with the darkness, sort of wrapped around all of that happiness. Woo! This look is hot. On the runway, well, again, she is doing things that no one else is doing. And I think we have to give her a lot of credit for that. There's a level of originality here that really stands out amongst everyone else who is kind of going for more classic types of glamour. This look overall is giving me kind of like Hungry, the makeup artist slash model slash visionary meets watercolor necromancer. This look, I think, perfectly showcases that dynamicism that lives within her. It's just very tortured soul, and I'm a sucker for a tortured soul. Utica, if you're listening, are you trying to tell us something? Are you okay, girl? As for making looks, she's got a real nix for it. She painted with all the colors of the wind, or at least some of them, and I think this look is finally, Kamora. She reminds us that perfection and beauty truly can't be rushed. The 5 to 6 hours to get ready thing, whoa. Kind of reminds me of me when I was first starting learning how to paint, and then it kind of made sense when she let us know that she only does drag like once a month, and I was like, okay, that kind of makes sense, because if you're not doing it on a weekly basis or multiple times per week basis, you're just not gonna have that speed, I think, that comes with the repetition of doing it over and over and over again. And by the way, I also want to say 5 to 6 hours isn't that crazy. Like, it sounds like a lot, but Rupaul is on record saying that Ru and Matthew used to take 5 or 6 hours to get ready for filming. But damn, my back hurts just thinking about it. Kamora's fashion. Let's talk about it. You know what? Actually, it speaks for itself. Her lady look, phenomenal. Lady, but first lady. At Biden's inaugural address, waving goodbye to the Oompa Loompa, looking forward into the future, sipping that sweet, sweet tea of justice. It's fashion, but it's also self-aware. She's not taking herself too seriously, which I think is a big flaw of some of the traditional fashion queens, as it were. She has her teacup. She's keeping it campy, whimsical, silly, but has a level of beauty, elegance, class, sophistication that I love to look at, but, you know, could never relate to. That tea she's sipping is hot. Her vamp look. It's giving me rich vampire of the 18th century, just got out of her bloodbath and is heading to her library in the castle to catch up on some light reading. You know, the encyclopedia of the world. In a vintage Mugler dress, no less. Call me cliche, but I am a for Mugler. If only I could afford it. It's probably all I would wear. The taste level, immaculate. She came for blood, and this look is hot. In the challenge, well, she was in the challenge, wasn't she? She was there. I did see her on the stage. And didn't she look beautiful? Almost beautiful enough to distract from the fact the lyrics and dance skills were not up to par with the rest of the girls. Her performance was a rot, but damn, she looked hot. On the runway, she comes to life. Ross was critiquing her again about the clothes hanger thing and saying that she is like the mannequin in the Kim Cattrall movie, but I definitely see her come to life when she is feeling her fantasy. That's when I think she is at her best. And on the runway, she absolutely shines. She has her Kim Cattrall moment. You just have to appreciate it when she's having it. This look is giving me just bought a new car and the rims are so expensive that she took them off, wore them as earrings because she didn't want them to get stolen, and then made it to the runway at the last second. She says this is Britney meets Cher. Yes, but like Britney once she's free from the conservatorship and then has her Cher era later in her life. Hashtag free Britney. Honestly, this look is so expensive that maybe she could like sell it and pay for Britney's legal fees. Anyways, she really put the other girls out of sheer with this look. It's hot. Before we move into the tops and the bottoms, well, girl, Rupaul, oh my god, Ru is looking so good this season. That orange, I dream sickle of Rupaul in orange. Absolutely hot. Our top two this week are Denali and Rosé, and if you're curious about my thoughts on that lip sync, well, I did an exclusive lip sync reaction video available only on my Patreon at patreon.com/BussyQueen. It's my exclusive members only website where my patrons, in exchange for just a couple dollars, get exclusive member benefits like those exclusive videos, early access to my videos, personal shout outs, and more. Denali takes the win, but Tamisha really stole our hearts, I think. No one goes home and no one deserves to, and the real competition starts next week. My hottest hot this week goes to Tamisha Iman. I also ask my patrons every single week to vote for their hottest hot, and they also voted for Tamisha Iman. Girl, when it's right, it's right. My patrons truly make Bussy Queen possible, and I want to give a special shout out to Queen Sprixie, who just joined at the hot tier, and Unique, who recently joined at the hottest hot tier. I also want to give a special shout out to Anthony, Bradley, Cameron, Caroline, Christopher, Craig, Evan, Freddie, GJ Bearclaw, Glenn, Got the Morbs, JB, Jenny, Jen X, Jonah, Johnny, Kazuko, Kevin, Kiki, and John, Olympus Mons, Venus, Sailor, Shannon, Sky, Sunshine, Tina, and Timotheus, who are all supporting me at the hottest hot tier, and Anjo, Marty, Matthew, Mike, Nurse Luca, and Tom, who are all supporting me at the Bussy Queen Collector tier. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Love you. Bye.